Good morning. Hi, Mary Lou. My question's around the additional parent leave that was announced yesterday by Roderic O'Gorman. Currently, you have to take the parent leave up to the age of 1. Is there a plan to extend that applicable age past 1 to allow for the additional allowance of 3 weeks to be taken past that age?
Okay.
Well, thanks very much, Robert. And I heard that announcement, and I think it's very welcome. I understood, though, that it was 2 weeks and not 3.
I think it's 3 weeks.
Is it
my understanding.
From 2 weeks to 5 weeks.
To 5 weeks.
That's my understanding.
All right. So in any event, that's good news. I think that, however, simply extending parental leave isn't enough. You'll know, Robert, that there's been a very energetic campaign in respect of the extension of maternity benefit and maternity leave for 12 weeks. I'm disappointed that the government seems to have reached for parental leave as an alternative to doing the right things for mothers in particular, but for parents who have newborns and who have had incredible complications and pressures in these times. They've been left without all of the normal supports that I know. As I recall, when I was a new parent, relied on, extended family, on your mother in particular, on grandparents. All of that has been totally set adrift. So we're bringing legislation, PMB, to the Dáil this evening, looking for this extension of 12 weeks. I think it's the sensible thing to do. I think it's the fair thing to do. It takes account of parents' nervousness also with very, very young babies and whether or not they're going to be able to get childcare, whether or not they will feel confident themselves in this period, bringing their very young babies to childcare. So it makes sense. It'll cost about 78 million, the Taoiseach told me last week, and I think it will be 78 million very well spent. More generally, Robert, to get to your point around flexibility and parental leave and maternity and paternity leave, we are very much behind the curve when compared with other European jurisdictions. And I think we need to get real and take seriously what we call work-life balance and the needs the children and families have and parents have when they have very young kids. So yes, we would be for extending maternity and parental leave to ensure that young children and their parents have sufficient time together. And Robert, you and I know, in the circumstances now of a global pandemic, all of these very practical things become all the more necessary. So yes, it should be, there has to be as wide a scope as possible, and up to the age of 12, these things have to be very flexible for parents of young kids.